bit of trash in it. Not a whole lot, you know, just a little bit. What's going on, everybody? So come out here, I'm about to work on my daddy's 86 Silverado here once again. In the last video was did the brake lines, and then I was trying to get it to run and all, so I could bleed the brakes and all that good stuff, but couldn't ever get no fuel up to the carburetor. So come to the conclusion that our fuel pump's probably bad, diaphragm or something probably went out in it. So I'm about to pull this fuel pump off, check it out, make sure it is bad, and if it is, then we're gonna run to town, get a new fuel pump, come back, slap it on there, and hopefully get this thing up and running so we can bleed these brakes out and, you know, get a little bit more done on this thing, get a little bit closer to being able to drive. But let me grab some tools, get this fuel pump off, and go from there. I guess I should go ahead and put the damn hood back on this rig, sitting under these pine trees. She's getting slapped full of pine straw sitting here. Just got a couple lines to pull off. It's a 7/16 or 11mm bolt, either one. Then pull the lines off. Just unbolt her here, and that'll be it. Hopefully that's all it is the fuel pump, and ain't something worse like the cam lobe wore out or something like that. This is the original fuel pump that was on the truck, so I'm hoping it just went out. But it was working before. But everything was working at one time, I guess. So that don't really mean shit. Like when somebody say, it was running when it was parked. Well, no shit. They was all running at one time. And little man headed to town. We're gonna go get a fuel pump for his truck. Papa said it was his truck. He said it was gonna be yours when you get older, remember? We're gonna drive it to high school.
I'm just gonna go to my school and everybody will see his name.
You just gonna drive past your school, you ain't gonna go? You just gonna drive past the school, you ain't gonna go? Just go show everybody your truck. What you gonna do then? You gonna go home or go out and party? Go to the racetrack? I heard that. I used to skip school all the time when I drove. I'd go fishing or something like that until school let out, and then I'd just go home and act like I've been at school all day.
I would go fishing too in the boat.
Yep, every day I did that. Alright, we got our fuel pump. We got some fuel line too. My little boy's mama just come and picked him up. I didn't know she was coming to get him already. I figured he'd be with me until later on today, but I'm gonna run and get a little bit of gas in the jug, and we're gonna head to the house and get this stuff put on, and hopefully we can get some fuel up to the carburetor finally. Alright, I got a new fuel pump here, so all I gotta do is take this fitting off and put it on here. And we'll get her put on, and hopefully it solves our problem with no fuel up to the carburetor. Get our gaskets and all situated. Clean this fuel pump rod up good. Get it slid back up in there. Get this thing put on. See if we can get some gas up the carburetor finally. So on these fuel pump rods, for anybody wondering, it just slides up in there, and then you got this bolt right there that I'm using as a ground. But you can pull that out, put a longer bolt in it, and screw it in there, and it'll hold the fuel pump rod in there and keep it from sliding out. Or you could put some grease on it and slide it up in there, and it'll usually stay. I guess I should have put some damn grease on it myself. I thought it was gonna stay up. There we go. I didn't feel like pulling the bolt out, but I think I got it. Alright, I got a fuel pump on there. Everything's tight. I just instead of hooking the line up that pulls from the tank, I just got that jug of gas that's slapped full and stuck a line down in it. That way we know we got gas. So got the battery hooked up. Pour a little bit of gas down the throat here and see what happens. Alright, so where fuel pump is pumping some fuel, I just need to hook up the line that goes to the tank and make sure we can get it pulling from the tank. And I need to pull that carburetor off and go through it, clean it out real good because it ain't wanting to idle. And then we need to bleed our brakes too, because I put the brake lines on in the last video we did, and I didn't get to bleed the brakes out because couldn't get the damn thing to stay running. But I'm about to have to run to town. I gotta meet my sister, and then I'm gonna run by AutoZone, and then I guess we'll come back at this tomorrow, because by the time I get back it'll probably be dark and it's starting to get kind of cool. I ain't a fan of cold weather, so we'll come back at this tomorrow, get the brakes bled, and maybe we can drive it down the road. All right, pulling back up here at AutoZone. I got my little man again. He didn't stay at Mama's very long. He wanted to come back to Daddy's. So it's the next morning here. I think I'm gonna start with I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this carburetor off and see if I can get it cleaned out, and see if we can get this thing to idle, and then I'll try to bleed the brakes and whatnot. I was trying not to do that. Bust my damn knuckles. If I can't get this carburetor here to idle on that right, I might just pull the one off my C10 over there, stick on here, and the way we can bleed the brakes and all without the daggone thing being wide ass open, just to stay running and be easier to drive down the road without it trying to cut off and stuff. I got her busted open here, and as you can tell, there's a little bit of trash in it. Not a whole lot, you know, just a little bit. It might have something to do with it not wanting that right.
I'm looking at that carburetor. Looking at that carburetor.
I'm looking at it. Think it's gonna work? I hope it does.
I bet it will.
We about to find out.
Daddy, we gotta get all of this out of here.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of cleaning up to do, but we'll worry about that after we get it running and stuff. Swap that one fuel line out. Got it all hooked up. Carburetor's all bolted down. Got our throttle zip tied back on there for the time being. I still got to replace these two lines here. I just went ahead and hooked them back up for now, and so we can see if it's gonna run off the tank and idle and all that good stuff. So let me hook the battery up, and then we're gonna fire this rig up and see how she's gonna act. Pour a little gas down her throat, give her a little help. Damn, windshield done got nasty. Come on, pump some gas up there. There we go. Put a couple gallons in it too, so now it's saying we got over half a tank. What? Alright, I'm gonna have to play with it. Thing still ain't wanting to idle. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I'm about tired of fooling with it though. Just ain't wanting to act right. I don't know. Somebody that knows more about carburetors than me would have to go through it. Float level and all is good. It ain't flooding or anything like that. It just, once you back it down to a certain point, it won't idle. So anybody knows what the deal might be, let me know. Idle down more than what it was, I guess. Got it to idle down a little bit, you know, probably about 1500 RPM, but it's better than 3500, 4000. Still not right, but I did get the brakes bled a little bit. I mean, they still need to be bled a little bit more, but I got a little bit of a brake pedal now, so enough to go down the road anyhow and have some brakes. So I'm gonna throw this wheel and tire back on, and then we're gonna try to creep down the road, I reckon, see what happens. Wheel and tire on. I went ahead and put the fan on there and the top part of the shroud so the hose won't go into the fan, and keep it a little cool just in case. I mean, it's been sitting here, it ain't got hot yet, but we'll drive her down the road, just make sure she stays cool. I ain't put the bottom piece on there because I gotta take it all back off anyhow to put the power steering pump, and then we gotta put the AC compressor and stuff on it too once we get it all running good. I guess now I'm gonna double check the fluids and stuff real quick. We're gonna try to run down the road and back one time. Get rid of some of this pine straw. Clean the windshield off a little bit too. I'm gonna remember to clean it this time, because usually when I go down the road and something, I always forget to clean the windshield and then I can't see shit, but I ain't gonna forget to clean her off this time. All right. See what happens. Feels like it's gonna be pretty strong once you get a decent carburetor on it. Running out good though, besides, you know, carburetor's obviously busting up a little bit. The damn thing, just, you need somebody, need a carburetor guru to go through that thing. You know, I know enough to tinker with them here and there, but I ain't no specialist with them, that's for sure. But at least we got the brakes working. That was the main thing. I was having problems with the brakes, but now the brakes are working good. They ain't sticking. Just need to bleed them a little bit and get a good carburetor. Then we'll be finally making some progress on this thing. It's been long enough. Got our new fuel pump on there. Got new brake lines. Brakes are working like they should. Everything seems fine. The belt didn't come apart. Now we just need to get a good carburetor for it. My daddy says he has the money to buy one, so I might get with him and try to order one tonight or something. Get a good carburetor on the way, and then we can start putting this thing on together. Still planning to do, but at least we got a few things done now. We got gas going to the carburetor, and we got the brakes fixed, so that's 2 more things out of the way. I guess, like I said, we'll try to get a carburetor on the way, and then obviously the next video we'll get some more done on her, and try to make a little more progress. But yeah, I reckon I'm gonna end this one off here. Sun's starting to go down. I'm gonna go in and get kicked back and cleaned up and something to eat. I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.